Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's talk about one of the most frustrating parts of the job search. It's that feeling you get when you've sent out dozens of applications and you just feel like they've vanished. Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how to message recruiters on LinkedIn and actually get them to respond.
And look, if this sounds familiar, you are so not alone. It's that classic feeling of sending your resume into a void, right? The application black hole, where all your great qualifications just seem to disappear without a trace. It's incredibly frustrating.
But what if you could just bypass that black hole entirely? The data here tells a really clear story. A direct message on LinkedIn, an InMail, gets a response rate that's almost 7 times higher than a cold email. I mean, that's not just a small advantage. That is a total game changer for your job search.
So how do you do it? Well, we've got a 5-part playbook for you. We're going to start with escaping that black hole, then optimizing your profile, crafting the perfect message, deciding how to send it, and finally, mastering the art of the follow-up. You know, the biggest shift you can make is all in your head. It's about stopping being a passive applicant and starting to be a professional who actually starts conversations. That's the key to escaping the black hole.
Just think about this for a second. 6 people are getting hired on LinkedIn every single minute. And get this, over 70% of people are just passive. They're just waiting around for an opportunity. So just by taking the initiative and reaching out, you automatically leapfrog most of the competition.
Okay, but before you even think about hitting send on a message, we have to talk about your digital storefront, your LinkedIn profile. You've got to make sure it's polished and ready for recruiters to visit. Think of it like a recruiter-ready checklist, okay? A professional headshot? That builds immediate trust. A great headline tells them exactly who you are and what you're about. Keywords are crucial, so you actually show up in their searches. And recommendations? That's just social proof that you're the real deal. Every one of these steps makes their job easier, and that makes them way more likely to talk to you.
And hey, don't sleep on the simple stuff. Just turning on that open work feature is like putting a giant "I'm available" sign on your digital front door. It's literally one click, but it tells every recruiter on the platform that you're ready for a chat, and that alone can dramatically boost your visibility.
So, your profile's looking sharp. You've got that solid foundation. Now let's get to the main event, the message itself. This is where we turn a simple profile view into a real conversation.
Let's just put ourselves in the recruiter's shoes for a second. The message on the left? That's just noise. They get dozens of those every day, and they just hit archive. But the one on the right? That's a signal. It shows you've done your research, you're relevant, and you've taken initiative. So which one do you think is going to get a reply?
So here it is, your checklist for the perfect message. You got to keep it short, think less than 400 characters, personalize it, show them you've done your homework, state your value, reference the specific job, attach your resume to make it easy for them, and always end with a simple, soft call to action. So, how are you sending these messages? Well, a lot of the time, it's going to be through InMail. And yeah, it's a premium feature, but honestly, think of it as your VIP pass. It lets you skip the line and drop your message right into the inbox of the person you need to reach.
This brings us to a really common strategic question. You've got your perfect message ready to go, but what's the best way to actually send it? Do you burn one of your precious InMail credits, or do you go with a connection request?
So here's the trade-off. An InMail is your power move. It's direct, it's formal, and it's way more likely to be seen. But your credits are limited. A connection request, on the other hand, is a much softer way to start building a relationship. The catch? The message is shorter, and it's a lot easier for a busy recruiter to just ignore it.
All right, so you've done everything right, your profile is perfect, you've sent a killer message, and then nothing, just crickets. What do you do when you don't hear anything back?
The key here is to be persistent, not a pest. And believe it or not, a good follow-up can literally double your response rate. But timing is everything. Here's the plan. After you send your message, wait a week or so, then send a gentle nudge. Wait another week, send one final brief check-in. And if you still hear nothing, it's time to move on.
And here's another little pro tip to stack the deck in your favor: timing. The data shows that the best time to send your message is midweek, during normal business hours in their time zone. Sending something on a Saturday afternoon, that's a pretty good way to get your message buried.
Now, if you really want to elevate your follow-up game, don't just check in. Add more value. Share a link to a cool article you read, or congratulate them on a recent company win. This turns your follow-up from just another nudge into a genuinely positive and professional touchpoint.
You know, when you boil it all down, this is really all about a massive shift in your mindset. It's about going from being a passive applicant who's just hoping to get picked to being a proactive professional who builds relationships. So the last question I want to leave you with is this. In your job search, are you just filling out forms or are you actually starting conversations?